every date I've went on since I've separated, I've paid for everything.
So how do you feel about that? Do you feel like, when do you feel like it's time for the girl to pay?
When we're together.
Okay.
Like, I mean, it just depends. Like, if we're like, if it's just you, honestly, you know, if we, that has to be a conversation that we have, like, that, okay, like we're taking the next step. That's the next step.
Okay. Oh, and speaking of the next, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I got one more question.
I still wouldn't expect her to pay. It depends on situations. Like we eat out every single day, then yes, you gotta pick up some of that.
Yeah, but
if you cooking,
I don't mind. Oh yeah, that's
if she cooks, I'll pay every time.
Okay.
Yeah. If most of our men,
we stay and you cook, yeah, that works.
Right. Okay. I will pay every single time you cook.
Wow. Oh,
I'll probably throw groceries in there.
Oh, speaking of the house, I say, speaking of the next step, do you, if you wanted to be with somebody, you know, a lot of people go exclusive. Do you ask? How do you make them yours? Do you ask, or how do you make that person exclusive to you?
You with Instagram nowadays, you can't. You really can't, because like, don't get me wrong, like there's a lot of girls out here with booty pics on the internet and stuff like that. So once you date her, you dating all them. You also got to come think about all them dudes who are under her timeline regularly talking about some, hey beautiful, hey this, hey that. Like even if those pictures were taken before y'all were dating, like her DMs are still gonna be blowing up. It doesn't matter.
No, how do you go into the relationship?
Yeah,
right.
Like, do you, right?
You say, hey, you want to?
Well, we wouldn't talk to that type of girl anyway.
That's what I'm saying. Not that type of person, but if you.
I know what you mean. Just a regular person. I mean, that's the hardest conversation to have in a relationship. Like,
you just fall into it.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. Honestly,
I know when we were kids, you know, a boy would send a note and go, "Would you be my girlfriend?"
Right.
You know, you got the little boxes. You check yes or no.
Yeah.
And this is, you give it back to the boy.
Also,
so now that you're grown, I mean, like,
I got like a joke. I guess you can call it a joke. It's funny, but it was from a movie. I think it was Wedding Crashers. I'm not sure. But he was like, he asked the dude. He was like, "How do you know when you found the one?" And he said, "When you start using a condom with all the other girls." And it's crazy, but it's true.
Oh shit, that was a trigger, honey.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
Somebody pulled a condom out on me after we had been fucking.
Wow.
Somebody else.
Wow.
So I feel like, you know, now there are some irresponsible people that are having unprotected sex with a bunch of people, but that's not me or him. So like, I feel like if me personally, if we're having unprotected sex, you are the only person that I'm doing it with. But I mean, if a guy's pulling out a condom every time, then he's either protecting himself because he's having sex with other people, or
I don't trust you,
or he doesn't.
Okay. So let me ask that question. When do you know, like, when does that stop? The condom part, is that your validation?
That's another conversation that's kind of tough to have. I mean, yeah, that's a form of validation. I hope it is that, you know, it's just y'all two.
Okay. Is that well, I'm not sure who would go first, but would the guy say, hey,
girl.
I'm ready to, like,
it's the girl.
The girl normally says something?
Yes.
Ready to not wear the condom?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Yeah, he's right. Yeah. I don't think I've never just said, like, I don't want to. Yeah, I've never said, I just don't want to use the condom. I've never said it.
It may not be y'all two, but it is always the girl.
Yeah, you're right.
It is always.
Maybe wrong.
That's all like, that must be.
What's your sign, honey?
Good.
Oh, he's a Cancer.
Oh.
I didn't get that with a
No, because we're water signs.
Yeah, both of us are water signs.
It's like,
What are you, a Pisces?
I'm Scorpio.
Okay.
I'm the Pisces.
Yeah, you're the Pisces.
But Aquarius is very
Direct.
very cold, very stoic, you know.
Very to the point.
Aquariuses are like,
with Scorpio,
they're private. I feel like they're private.
I'm very private. Yes,
I feel like they're really private. Like, they'll only tell
like,
you.
honestly, honestly, like we have to pry information out
Yeah.
of him.
One
Like,
of my best friends,
with
I
his
don't know what she
relationships and
is.
stuff. Like,
Or if they say something that's like
Mhm.
it'll be like, yeah, but anyway,
Right.
you know, and they'll cut it off, and then you'll never know what happens.
Yeah.
Wow.
so how do y'all feel about cancers?
You know, cancer men, the one that I dated, he was so moody, right? But cancers have really big hearts. Like they're
Yeah.
really sweet and gentle.
My ex-husband is a cancer.
Sorry to hear that.
He
Yeah,
said it's hard to hear that.
yeah, he
I remember
yeah, that's a whole.
Did y'all talk about
thing.
deal breakers already? Did I miss that?
No. So, what are deal breakers?
Yes, deal breaker.
You can go first on that one.
Man, I got a lot of deal breakers.
I got a lot.
I'll be honest, like, I got a
It's
ton of
gonna be
them.
like 4 videos.
All right,
Yeah.
like,
We can go-
do we want to
we
do
can
the
go
petty?
We can go one at a time.
Yeah. So,
Okay,
do
yeah.
petty ones count? Like, I'm talking about like real petty.
talking
Anyone,
about everything.
things that will definitely you say no, anything.
Hell no. Like,
Long ass fingernails. I hate that. Yo, I
my
swear, not
goodness.
one time has any dude looked at your nails and be like, yo, those are cute. I'm ready to date them. Like, not one time.
so that's a big thing in hypergamy.
Okay.
Like,
Long. Oh wow.
Oh,
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Men don't.
So when
really
yeah. Okay.
Men of
Wow.
And that's-
Is that
that
the
goes-
same for you as well?
it's not a. I mean, it depends on how long we talk. It's not a. It's not a.
medium.
Yeah, it's not a
Okay.
deal breaker for me, but that's probably because I'm not at the status that he's at.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that may be true because I mean that goes back to what he said about him being a 6'6" athlete with a Camaro attracting girls probably
Yeah.
with long
Oh,
fingernails.
yeah.
He's
Right.
like,
Like wait, that's the wrong one.
Long and fabulous.
yeah. So it's I guess I'll go next. Cigarettes for me.
Oh,
No go.
wow. Wow.
shit.
What about the vape? Is that
It's the
Where's
vape.
cigarette?
No,
Well,
it's
I'm
not.
health wise, it's worse than cigarettes. But as far as like the smell, that's no problem.
Yeah, it's really the smell. The
okay?
smell of
So the
cigarettes
actual
bothers me.
cigarette is
And like,
yeah.
I mean, it's always been a turn off for me, like a huge turn off.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't date somebody that smokes cigarettes like all day, because it's not like weed where you smoke it and you're high for the rest of the day. Like
Yeah.
Right.
people who smoke cigarettes, they're constantly taking breaks to smoke cigarettes from it. And
Man, I'm gonna throw weed in there.
it's a deal breaker. So you're gonna add
I'm
weed.
gonna throw weed in there. I
Yeah.
can't do it.
I can
Okay.
tolerate weed.
Okay, so weed is a deal breaker for you guys?
For me,
For him, it's a deal breaker.
Smoking.
Smoking weed?
Yeah.
Moderation for me, like if you're a social smoker, because he's never been a weed smoker ever. Like I was a social smoker. Like I'm more of a drinker, but if we're having a good time, we're vibing, we're drinking, and the blunt is passed, I may hit it. But depending on what's going on in my life, if it's a good time or not. But if it's like something you do every day, like I know a girl from college that we're cool. Like she wakes up, bro. Like she's on Snapchat every morning high. She has a daughter and everything. Like smoke high. She goes to work high. She does everything high. And like I couldn't date her because it's a
Yeah,
lot.
it's
It's just
not.
too much.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind you smoking every now and then, here and there, at a club or not a
So
club.
it does
party.
look like she just has a lot of issues when
I don't know
by
what
her
it
smoking
is.
every day.
I don't know what it is.
Because I mean, like, it's like she got a lot of issues.
I never
like,
asked.
all
'Cause,
the
like
time.
people, smokers are sensitive about stuff like that, and like
Okay.
I've never had a reason to like call her out about it. Like I mean, that's her life. She can do what she want to do, but it's not my place to speak on it.
Right.
I just couldn't date her because she wanted to date me at one point.
Fingernails, smoking.
Okay.
man. But if I see glue on your eyelashes, that's a turn off.
Oh.
Man, I'm going at it all. I got a whole list of petty stuff I hate. I hate that with a passion.
Do you like eyelashes? Anyone?
I mean,
Nobody likes them eyelashes.
if
Nobody
it's not
likes
ridiculous. Like I've seen some ridiculous. if you wanna put some eyelash,
That's
I mean,
something
that's-
that enhances.
as long as that's not
enhances.
every day, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like if it's a special occasion, and you
We in
wanna.
Atlanta.
I know.
Man, if I can go to your
Right.
eye and flick it off like that, then that's a problem.
Y'all can't date women in Atlanta.
Right. That brings
Then
back to the
here I
whole
go.
topic of dating in Atlanta. As soon as you said that, we both was like. I'm gonna say piercings, like
Okay.
facial piercings.
Wow.
I can do nose.
I know you ain't.
I can do nose.
No, I can do nose. I can do nose, but like the Dennis Rodman and all the shit that I be seeing, like this
Oh my
and this,
God, yeah.
and like this
Yeah.
and like I mean the dimples are kind of
It's like
sexy,
too
but like
Yeah.
but like just excessive. Anything excessive, honestly.
Yeah.
I can tolerate a lot, but if it's excessive,
Okay.
then yeah.
I got another one too. So because I'm tall, I see a lot of the top of y'all heads. If I can see that track line,
Or
and I
that
can see how it
spine.
connect. Yeah, if I can see that neck,
Yeah.
that's a problem. I don't like that either.
So one question here then. How do you feel about girls that wear weaves and girls that wear their natural hair?
Natural.
I'm sure they all want to know that.
Natural. I want natural.
Okay.
And then like it's funny.
I don't mind the weave as long as you have hair under it, because I know for some reason girls love it. I don't hate it. If you have hair and you just decide, oh, I want weave, that's cool, but I'm not paying for it. That shit is expensive. If you can budget that into your finances, and that goes back to and that was one thing in our relationship that we had to really sit down and talk about, because my ex wore a weave, and you know she wasn't really bad with it, or like, oh, I need the $500 all that stuff, but it's stuff that I spend money on that she's gonna be like, why would you do that? Like maybe like a Hawks game or stuff that she's like, oh, why would you spend $200 for that, or why would you spend $150 for that? And then there's stuff that she spends money on, and I'm like, that's fucking pointless. Why would you do that? That's why it's important for her to have hers and for me to have mine. So we're not constantly like arguing about what's important to who. So
There you go.
Wow.
that was a lesson I learned later in my relationship, because there was a lot of arguments about that earlier that could have been avoided. Yeah.
I just gotta know her song. I'm sorry.
She's a Cancer too.
Wow. Two crabs.
Yeah.
Pulling each other down. That's why we had to go our separate ways. So it's all good. I wish her the best though.
That's good.
Any more deal breakers? She got
Right.
Oh,
so
he
good.
got-
Hey, wish her the
Yes.
best. You good. You better than me, man.
Wow. Wow.
Any more deal breakers?
I mean, this might be petty for me, but height is a deal breaker for me. I don't like short girls, like really, really, really short girls. Like
How tall are you?
I'm 6'4".
Oh.
I don't know why y'all
look
look
like
so
you're
tall.
Yeah,
6'4".
6'6".
It's just, I don't know.
God.
That's funny because like where we're from, everybody's this height. Like we're the two of the shorter ones in the
In our
group.
group chat, yeah, we
Yeah,
got
6'8",
2,
6'9".
6'7".
Nothing. When
Yeah.
you come, I know, right?
Like I think our average group size is about 6'6", 6'5". I might be average.
And I'm on the shorter side.
Wow.
Like we play on the same semi-pro team, and I play point guard, so I'm one of the shorter people on the team.
I'm shooting.
And he was shooting.
Y'all still play?
Yeah.
Basketball is your life.
Basically.
Yeah. It's like because it's like a stress reliever. Like because I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do none of that. Like, but when I'm out there on the court, that's where I leave like all my stresses and all that stuff to the side. So
that's our piece.
Yeah.
And in my relationship, my piece got taken away. So that kind of led to, you know, me not really knowing what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Like I'm waking up punching the clock every day. Like this is not me. Like this is not it. So I wasn't happy. Our entire relationship, I wasn't happy, and I can say that.
Wow.
Like there were happy moments. Obviously, my daughter brought happiness, you know, and I had happy moments. But overall, the whole time I wasn't happy, because even when the happy moments ended, I went back to doing something I hated every single day, because I felt like my girlfriend or wife, this is what she wants me to do. So I was just trying to please her,
Right.
and then it ultimately made me, you know, resent her.
Yeah,
honestly. So.
exactly.
And that's what we were just over here saying. Like, we just cannot believe you guys actually have those type of feelings. You know, I know women can overlook that.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like overlook you guys' feelings, and I just believe maybe a lot of women are scarred. You know, just from and then you know you have the parent that's scarred, and then you have that parent that's teaching that child to be scarred, and then they go out there with, you know, guys like you and continue to be scarred.
Right. And they carry that into their relationship.
Wow.
And what's funny is like, so my mom, like she's kind of like that person. Like, I'm gonna tell you, if you decide to do it anyway, it's on you, right? So she would tell me like little things about her, but at the same time, I felt like, you know, you should think for yourself. I'm like, you know what? I hear you, but not gonna do it. She sat back. She's like, okay.
Yeah, my mom.
Then at the end, she was like, there you go. So now, now this whole story of like listening to your parents, listening to your mama, she was right. So like all these women be like, these dudes are mama boy and this and that. I'm like,
mama knows
they was right.
There's red flags along the way that they can see before we see, even if they're seeing themselves in it.
Right, it's
So,
still
like,
telling you.
Yeah, my mother could possibly see how she used to act and how it drove her first marriage to shit. Because my mom is with my dad, that's her second marriage. So she probably sees her acting how she did in her first marriage, like, look, you might want to, you know, do something about this before it gets ugly. And it got ugly, so.
Wow. I don't know what I thought. So you only have one child?
Do you have any kids?
Nope.
Oh,
Do
wow.
you want kids?
Yeah, I do. I want 2 boys. 7 feet. What? I want kids. What?
Do you want any more kids?
I want a boy.
Okay.
If I can get 1 boy, I'll be happy. 2 would be ideal, but I'm not gonna push it, especially if the person I'm dating already has a kid. So.
And the funniest thing is, like, I actually really
That's
like
another
kids.
topic, yeah.
Like, I like kids. Like, I have a little niece, and like, I spoil her rotten. Like, it's just
I
like,
have 2 nephews.
Okay.
Because I have 3 older sisters, so they kind of got
yeah.
busy.
Since I don't have kids, I just give it all to her.
I wish I was your niece.
Sure. What?
Wow.
So dating women with kids.
I
Right.
can't do it.
Right. How you guys
And
feel about that?
before I had a kid, I felt the same exact way. And I don't blame them. And I personally, this is my opinion, don't come for me. But I don't think people with kids should date people with kids because you just don't understand. You'll never understand.
People who
Don't have kids should not date people with kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the last one for me.
And I think so because I definitely understand that because if you have they're not gonna understand they will
They can't.
never
They
understand
can't.
you calling the dad and saying hey
Right.
or the dad calling going where's Johnny or
Right.
whatever.
They won't understand. Like you just seen my ex FaceTime me on the elevator. Like even though she was talking crazy stuff, but you know,
Like, go on with your hoe.
yeah,
Right.
she like them.
Oh,
Yeah, she said them
wow.
hoes can wait.
And he here with me.
Still eating after. I'm at work. I'm at work
On
with
the
my
elevator.
homeboy. So it's like
That's the distrust. That's
Yeah.
the trust that
we're not even
is
together anymore. You
there.
still don't trust me. That's crazy.
And I think I can't say all black women, but
it's a majority. It's
the
a big amount.
society though.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stick up for I'm gonna stick up for us a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I believe that we are definitely conditioned to go against. We have that conditioning in us that says, oh, you're never gonna get a good black man. You're not gonna do this and all that.
I'm gonna
type
hit you
of
with
stuff.
something.
Yeah.
So this is something that came. Okay, so she's a stripper, right? And she hit me with some knowledge, and I was like, "Yo, this is wild." She was like, most men cheat and like on their wives with her simply because they just like being around her.
Wow.
You go away from what you don't like. Like if she's pissing you off at home, you're like, man, let me go to the strip club. Let me go, I don't know, hoop. Some people just pick the strippers. So it's like, if you literally just be happy. Like, because like with my wife, the thing was, I literally asked her one day, I was like, what makes you happy? Because I know if I'm having a bad day, I go hoop, I'm good. Ride with the top off, I'm good. But with her, right, but with her, I was like, what makes you happy? So I can at least do it, or I can try it. She didn't even know what made her happy, so how can I supposed to know?
no.
Yeah. And that's how
There's
my,
no way
that's how
I'm
my
gonna
wife
know.
was too. And you know what's crazy? What made her happy was me being there all the fucking time. So like if me, her, and my daughter spent all 24 hours together, she's happy.
Yeah.
The problem is that's not what makes me happy. Being together 24/7. Like I still wanna hoop. I still wanna go to the gym and have my guy time with my guys, even if it's once a week.
I'm pretty sure you probably want a one-on-one time with Brooklyn too.
Yeah, exactly. That too. Like there was times where like I was just like, I'm gonna take Brooklyn. That's my daughter's name, Brooklyn. I'm gonna take Brooklyn. We're gonna go, here, this, cause like, and that.
To a park,
Yeah.
I can understand it because like I don't have kids, but like sometimes I just want to take my niece up. Like, let's go feed ducks. Like that's my thing.
Just stuff like that. So I mean, I feel like she didn't really have I'm not gonna say a purpose, but she didn't have hobbies. She didn't have a passion or anything. Like all she wanted was to be with me all the time, and it wasn't a good fit because I'm the opposite.
Codependent.
I hope you ladies are getting this, that you need to have something going on. That's the one thing I want to stress.
Yeah.
Have something going on.
Have something going on that you're not dependent on someone else
To make you happy.
to make you happy. Exactly.
And I apologize for keep jumping in.
No, you
But
good.
these questions are coming, and I tried to explain that to one of the YouTubers who said I'll be cutting folks off. But when those questions come and you want a good interview, you gotta, just go ahead and jump in.
Yeah.
We're in your world.
Is there anything else?
No.
Well,
Is there anything else you want?
yeah. Is there anything else you want to add before we close out?
Just pretty much, if you're looking for somebody, or as a woman, if you're looking for somebody, just literally be happy with yourself and make him happy, or like just make him want to be around you. Like nobody wants to come home and argue after working for 8 hours. Literally nobody wants to do that. So that's pretty much mine. That's it.
My synopsis. Listen, I'm gonna say this. This is my opinion. I don't think guys cheat for no reason. I think there's always a reason. You just gotta figure out what, like he said, figure out what makes them happy. Guys cheat when they're unhappy. Guys cheat when the girl isn't doing something that they feel like she should, whether it's oral. That's another story. Like I don't personally care, but like some guys are like, look, if you don't do this, that's it. And that's conversation that needs to be. That's a conversation. That's another conversation for like that needs to be had. But that's a conversation that needs to be had in the beginning. Like like you said, deal breakers. Like a relationship can end because of a deal breaker because that wasn't discussed in the beginning. But just find out what makes each other happy and just keep bringing that happiness. Like if basketball makes me happy, surprise me with some Hawks tickets. Surprise me with surprise me with stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Take me, and if what makes you happy is shopping, don't you think me putting some money aside and taking you on a shopping spree will make you happy? So just find out what makes them happy, and don't take that happiness from them.
Right.
So I feel like that was my biggest downfall in my relationship. My happiness was taken away from me, and not saying it's okay, but that drove me to cheat early in our relationship. And instead of expressing all of these feelings I had, I just kind of did the immature thing and just went to my ex. So don't do that, guys. Just I would have been better off having that, but instead of cheating, having that conversation, and if things didn't change, just breaking up with her.
I would have been better off if I did cheat. That's the best stuff part. That's the best stuff part.
Just one more.
Yeah.
Having sex when you first meet somebody or waiting. I don't know how I'm trying to ask this question. Like,
yeah, I know what you
is
mean.
there different?
You said having sex?
Yes, like
When you first
I don't think there's
first
a
date
timeline
sex.
on it. I don't think there's a timeline on it. I'll go and then I'll let you go.
Do you look at them different?
No, I won't look at them different. Not at this age. You know what I'm saying? When you were younger, you thought a certain way. You thought everything was supposed to be done a certain way. But obviously, everything we thought we were gonna do when we were younger is not true.
I would look at it differently only if like we have sex and we don't talk again afterwards or something like that, or if like she's hitting me up like, okay, let's do that again.
Yeah.
Like if it's one of those, but we have sex first date. And she's like, hey, what are you doing today? You want to come hang out again? Like, oh, okay, cool. So then, like, in that situation, it's just like, she just knows what she wants.
Yeah.
Sometimes like that.
Back to the sleeping with someone, and then where do they stand after you slept with them?
Honestly, I feel like guys and girls have different perspectives on it, because for a girl, like for most women, I'll say, sleeping with a guy is I guess she would hope that it's validation that they're taking the next step to something serious. And for a lot of guys, maybe even me, depending on the girl, it means nothing, honestly. So I feel like us having sex on the first date and us having sex after a month, it didn't change anything. I got to know you more. You know, I may have gotten to care for you a little more, and you know, started to like you more. But the day after we have sex, I'm not waking up like, okay, let me call my girl up. You know, that's my like. It's not nothing changed, honestly. It just we just had sex.
Because in all honesty, like it depends on the girl, but like we don't know if you're doing that with somebody else too.
Yeah.
Well, when do you decide that you know that they're not doing it?
We don't.
When
You
do
never know.
You
That's
just
the
don't.
scary. That's the scary.
You
Look,
never
it's
So
know.
how do you hold
It's
the
the-
relationship?
That's the scary
That's the
truth.
part. You just gotta be like, well, if she fucked me over, she fucked me over. It is what it
You'll
is.
never know.
Like you gotta have some tough skin to date in Atlanta, because you'll be like, dang, she what? Okay, screw it, I might be snitching a little bit, but there's a certain group of friends, right? I have. If I'm dating her, if I'm dating a chick, I will send her picture to them. I'll be like, have y'all seen her? Have y'all met with her? 80% of the time, somebody's messed with her.
I always wonder if somebody's doing that to me.
80% of the time.
Like,
80% of the time. Because like you want to know. Like sometimes they'll be like, oh, she's a good girl, but we talk, but it is what. But then it'd be like, bruh, she sucked off a boy.
Yeah,
she passed her to me. So then like
Sam, and we all hit, bro. Just go ahead and dead that. Like,
right, like they would dead tell
Especially
you
in
that.
college.
Yeah, hit
Especially
it,
in
but then
college.
just leave it alone, bro. Like don't do it. I'm so serious.
Wow.
So that's where being celibate is an advantage.
But you still not getting nowhere because he said you just won't be talking to me.
You know, like if somebody sends a celibate girl's picture to their friends, they're gonna be like,
I've never
she wasn't
seen
talking
her.
about nothing. Or I
ain't never seen her.
I try to get her to come over. She ain't come over. So then now you have your own opinion on her. Like, okay, she's not really out here like that. So
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So then you're a little bit more trusting. But if you do,
honestly, guys are smarter than y'all think. We can kind of pick up on. We can kind of pick on we can pick up on the type of girl you are, whether you're a relationship type or
I
you're.
say this. It's like y'all can smell it.
Yeah.
Like it's like how we have intuition. Like y'all have something else, but you just know.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's the logic.
And it comes from experience.
Yeah.
Like if he's had money for a while now, and he's dealt with his fair share of gold diggers, to where you start seeing the same patterns of previous gold diggers. So you're like, okay, I remember when Samantha did that. Like I remember when Ashley, like, okay, let me tread lightly, and then that big red flag comes where you're like, yeah, I'm done with her. So like me, if I've dealt with a hoe before, or like a girl that was very out there, and I've dealt with a lot of them, I know when you show signs of that.
tender.
Yeah, so
Right.
it's like I can pick up on that.
and then we ain't shit when we treat you like it. Like,
It just comes with experience.
for real. That's why I live in the gated community. Can't come in.
And I think
Pop-ups.
having me having 3 older sisters helped too. Like I was able to read females and learn their tendencies because all 3 of my sisters are so different. And it's like I was able to I've dated all 3 of my sisters before. Like girls liked all 3 of them, and I was able to already know their next move before they even did it because I'm like, dang, she's just like my sister.
Yeah, I
she's
didn't
just
have
like my
that.
sister. Yeah, so he didn't have any
I ain't
sisters.
had
He
no
didn't.
sisters. Like closely, I got to a sister somebody I met in college, and like she helped me out. Her and my other homegirl, Daishalee, like Daishalee actually dated girls, so it kind of like
No
she
names,
pretty much.
no names.
Well, yeah, okay, well she helped me out, right? So, but she still dates girls. Yeah. But she so she was like almost like older brother in a way. Like she's the one who taught me like everything about girls that I know now. So like with him having that advantage early, it's just like when I came out, it was like, hey world, everybody's so nice and everybody's so loyal. And I was like, no.
And I'm coming into the game knowing that my sister dated 3 dudes like at once.
Yeah.
And then I had another sister that was celibate. And then I had another sister that had a kid at 19. And it's like they were all so different. So it's like I had an advantage definitely, like knowing how to approach women, how to talk to them, knowing like what they want and stuff like that. So I definitely use that to my advantage to kind of avoid a lot of
Pitfalls.
yeah
Oh my.
and like letdown. So I didn't have too many problems dating. My problem was like being monogamous because I didn't want to be in a relationship. So.
And it's funny because that was never my problem. I always wanted to be one-on-one,
Yeah.
but everybody around me didn't. That was the craziest part. So then when I'm
wrong partners.
right, but and then what's funny is like even in college, like because like I said, I was deer in the headlights, right? So in college, I'm like, okay, she likes me, cool, I'll date her, and then I'm like, find out from one of my teammates, like, yeah, bro, she was just over in X's room or whatever. I'd be like, well, dang, all right, well, let me try this one. Nah, bro, she was with the Qs, and I'm like, well, dang. So then it just ruined my whole perspective. I'm just like, well, everybody's out here, screw it.
Right.
So I don't attach to nobody in college.
And for me, since I wasn't looking for a relationship in college, all the girls that I did have sex with was already having sex with everybody else, like blah blah blah. So I wasn't let down by any of them. I was it was just like another, just another thing because I already knew how women were.
No, it's not. Did that ruin your perspective on relationships?
No. I just felt like it'd be like a. I felt like when the time came, I would get to know somebody, because in college, you're not really trying to get to know people like that.
Yeah.
Like you're not going on dates. I didn't go on a single date in college. Like it's like they see us playing on the court. Oh, I want number 3. Blah blah blah. So then y'all have sex. Y'all might continue to have sex if it's good. Y'all might just have sex one time and be done. Whatever, and then it's to the next female. But when you get older and you're in the real world like I'm in now, I'm looking to date somebody and get to know them and like legitimately like find out like about their past relationships, but not going too deep into it, but still knowing because that's important and just really like getting to know them as a person. And if sex comes, it comes. If it comes on the first date, whatever. If it comes on the 17th date, okay. But that's irrelevant. What's important is getting to know them as a person and really trying to genuinely find somebody that, because sex is just one part of it.
Are you just willing to go through friendship with someone? Like the biggest part, I feel like if you are looking to be in a relationship, I feel like you need to be friends first. A lot of people disagree, but
define friends.
Like actually friends, like getting to know, just like you said, getting to know.
But what would be the difference between friends and dating?
The friend, they always say you marry your best friend. Mm-hmm. Okay, so somewhere in there you had to have been a friend to that person.
Not exactly, because I have a lot of female friends who are like legitimately friends and we never did anything. To me, once you get in that friend zone, that's how I always look at you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like I look at you as a friend.
Okay, well I'm glad about that.
I do too.
So that's really not something that you do in a relationship is be friends?
No, not in my opinion.
It's a different kind of friend.
It's a different,
Yeah, it is a different kind of friendship. Like I can't do I got one of my friends, Brittany, I grew up with. Like I can't do the same thing with her that I do with like some other girl. But that's a common ass name. but I can't do nothing. I hang out and do it with some
friend.
chick I'm dating. Yeah, I can't do it like with when I'm dating with her. Like I couldn't. That would be so weird.
Oh.
Like, because I told you everything.
I think marry your best friend is cliche.
I think that's a woman thing. I don't think that's a dude thing.
Wow, girl. I didn't know that.
My best friend is a guy. We do guy stuff. So I can't marry my best friend.
This is a good perspective.
I think wife and best friend is separate. Like, yeah, y'all have to be compatible and y'all have to have a great relationship together. But the best friend part, I don't know, being friends first before you date. Like, if it happens like that, yeah. But even that's rare. Cause
that's when you meet as kids.
Yeah, that's when you meet as kids, and you were friends growing up, and then for some reason life brought y'all back together. Right, puberty hit, y'all started doing whatever. But honestly, I have friends that I've known since I was a child that I could never date them, like never, because I will always see them as.
Yeah. Okay. One of my best friends, she's a model, and I couldn't date her. Like, but it's just because I see her like that. honestly, like when I'm hanging around her, like, cause she's tall, everybody thinks we're together. You know, she's been on America's Next Top Model. Like, she's beautiful, and people say that, and that's when I realize it. But me, it's just like.
She's just
She's just her. Yeah,
we play video games together. Like, that's all I play video games with.
wow. So you're in the friend zone.
Okay.
Can you be friends with your exes?
Yeah, you can.
Or
But it depends on how. Okay, it depends how current. Okay, so like I was friends with one of my exes from high school, and we were like 25 when we stopped hanging out and stuff.
That's dangerous.
But that's high school,
dangerous.
man. That's what,
Like
18
I
to
wouldn't go
25?
as far as be like, oh, you better not say nothing, nothing. But like, you gotta be very careful because exes have a power that nobody else has.
Exactly.
Like they've been there, done that. They know, everything. So it's like,
y'all talking every day and hanging out
yeah,
and shit.
right. And it's like, I mean, honestly, look,
It's high school. It doesn't count. College counts.
no,
High school don't
yeah.
count.
High school's a long time. That's a long time.
High
but-
school don't count. I'm talking about high school ex. No, but like last 2 years, yeah, that counts. Like, come on, bro.
But I feel like, I mean, in my last relationship, that was an issue on both sides, and I feel like if your ex, and that's where it goes, and that goes back to what you said about being friends first. When you're friends first, and then you date, and it doesn't work out, what happens? You think you go back to we were friends before we dated, so that's why we're still friends. That's why I don't feel like you should do that. Because let's say me and you meet and we're friends and we're cool, like we hang out, like, oh, everything's great, and then we start dating, but then it doesn't work, and then I start dating someone else. You're still gonna look at me as a friend, but your next partner is not gonna look at it like that, and you're gonna try to explain your friendship and how y'all were so cool prior to, and she's gonna be like, nah, that's your ex. Y'all did this, this, and this, and this. And that's why I feel like it should not be a friendship. You should be dating. I'm dating you to get to know you so we can be something, together. And that way, if it doesn't fall out, we never talk again. What are we talking for? Like, I have nothing to say to any of my exes except for like, how's the family? That's good. Like, well, we're not hanging out. We're not doing like, why?
I just want to go on record. I'm not with anything after high school. Yes, I'm like that.
Same thing.
But before high school, nah.
Yeah, no, I
get a pass.
have girls in high school that we didn't even have sex. Like, we weren't having sex in high school like that. But like,
but a serious ass relationship is never
yeah,
right.
with no child.
Yeah.
What are y'all talking for?
Yeah.
What are y'all hanging out for?
Why?
Why are y'all going to dinner?
Late night.
Okay,
Yeah.
I know I feel less of an asshole for being like this.
No, you
okay.
have to. Like,
I didn't see it like that, but now I feel because
I
that's what my
thing. Like, I'm
that's what I'm
okay.
saying,
You
like,
changed me completely
no,
with the
because-
friends.
And I'm gonna tell you,
oh my
why I
God.
said that. Like, my ex had a hard time not talking to her exes or whatever, and her excuse every time was, well, we were friends first. We had a legitimate friendship, so I can't just stop talking to them. No,
I'll never.
Like, it's not that. It's not a friendship. You still, when you're emotionally connected to somebody,
Exactly.
that doesn't go away like that. And the more you talk to them, the more you see them, like, it's always gonna come back. And that's why I feel like you should just let it go. Like, when I got in a relationship and I got in trouble with reaching back to an ex or checking on her, seeing how she was doing, why the fuck you doing that, blah, 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 cut them off. And like every ex, to where it was a point where for a 4 or 5 year span, I didn't speak to any of my exes, none of them. But she was still, entertaining her. Oh, well, I was friends with them. You was blah, blah, blah. Nah, fuck that. And she felt like because I had got caught cheating early in the relationship.
Goes back to what I said earlier. People are insecure about what they'll do themselves.
Yep. She felt like because I cheated early in a relationship and she didn't, it was okay for her because she had never gave me a reason to not trust her. So she felt like she was able to get away with murder because she had never been caught.
Right.
So that's how
If you
it
got
is.
any dude, I'm gonna give you some advice. If you got any dude who's like, let me check your phone and all this stuff, you might want to check his too.
Yeah. Guilty conscience.
Right, like so I keep my phone, whatever. Like if I'm talking to somebody, I keep it on chat. If anything, it's probably the group chat with these fools.
Speaking of phones.
Password.
Yeah, like passwords. Yeah, like all of your
In a
information.
I'll be honest.
Yeah, when you're in a relationship, so how do you handle your phone?
I say cool. If
Yeah.
you want it, go ahead. But if you dig deep enough, a woman's mind can find something to piss them off. Matter of fact, I will give you a perfect example. I went to New York one time, right? When I was married, I went to New York, visit one of my friends because she was graduating. Cool, blah, 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 blah. One of my closest friends, there was no problem right there. There was this girl up there. She was just like, you so fine, this and that, this and that. You know, I'm gonna have dreams about you, whatever, whatever, right? So don't do anything, of course, go home, whatever. So in the group chat with my friend and the other friend who was there, I was like, man, can you believe she said like she wanted me and she's gonna dream about me and blah, 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 right? Cool. Months later, she goes through my phone. She sees that conversation. She gets mad because some girl fantasized about me. How am I supposed to control that? Not because I did anything, just because she fantasized about it.
So from our perspective, it would look like you'd have made up. with
Yeah,
each
yeah.
You done had sex with this
But
girl.
you read the
Yeah.
whole thread, you don't see, you see nothing happen.
Girls see
So
the
why
ones.
are you upset?
But then she'll assume that you deleted stuff. Like
Yeah.
maybe you told them, yeah, I had sex, it was great, blah blah, but deleted that part and just left the pieces.
I wouldn't
And
thought
girls
that.
start putting pieces together like, oh, well, you just deleted this, and
They have private eyes.
They start forming their own opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
So you gonna find something. If you want, you find something.
Yeah.
No, my ex was an elite detective, and she.
That's what I'm gonna say. The private eyes, the detective. Yeah.
No, she should have gotten paid for the work that she did. She should have
Oh
gotten.
my goodness.
She should have
Wow.
gotten paid for sure. She was good. I'm not gonna lie, she was good.
So there was a point that you were faithful in your relationship.
Yeah, yeah.
how
Faithful
long?
physically, yes.
Okay.
Maybe like, cause like after the only physical mishap, which was in the beginning, everything else after that was text. Like, oh, you text this girl, or you like this picture, oh, you message this girl on Instagram. Oh, it was like everything petty after that because of what happened initially. It's not like I was just out here slinging while I was in a
Right.
relationship. Like I was actually
Right.
turning down a lot of women.
Wow.
But she'll never know that, and in her mind, I cheated the whole time. All you did was cheat. Blah, blah.
Were you emotionally connected with somebody else though? Like,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And that goes to exactly.
yeah.
So what happened? What happened that you didn't work out with that person that you were emotionally connected to? Did you try to reach
Besides
back
my
out?
ex threatening her and
Oh, okay.
That's all right. That's all right.
Oh, okay.
that was yeah. Besides that, that's it. I mean, it's not that I wanted to be with her. I just enjoyed being around her more than my current, girlfriend. So I would go to the gym to see her, kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
She would just happen to be there, but I really wanted to just go to the gym. So I would go to the gym and see her just to get away from the person that's causing me all of the headache. So the whole be your peace thing, and it's not. We never had sex or anything.
Yeah.
Like we never even went out.
It's
Like,
good to have a
I never took her on a date.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was just like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
just relaxing to be in the gym around somebody who's not fucking yelling at me or fucking doing something crazy. And we never had sex or nothing. And you could say an emotional connection, but I wouldn't go that far. Like, oh, I loved you or blah blah blah. But it was just like, we were cool to that point where it was just like somebody I could just kind of like just vent to, get away from. And if your partner isn't somebody that you can do that to, then y'all need to be together. So it was a learning experience for me, and like it was a lot of red flags that I ignored, and it was honestly a lot of red flags that she ignored with me because I wasn't ready to be in a relationship when we first started being in a relationship. So she ignored the red flags first, and then we ended up having a kid.
Yeah.
And then, red flags came on her part that I ignored because of the kid. And I kind of didn't want to lose the family aspect. So it was just real deep on that part. So just going back, I did a lot of stuff different, but, I learned from it though.
So how do you feel about men having best friends and you know, for a girl for a best friend, or a woman having a guy for a best friend,
I feel
You can
like
tell.
and you
Oh, you can
have
tell.
you have a girlfriend.
No, you can tell. Like if there was ever history, you can definitely tell.
yeah.
It's
So-
easy.
I feel like it has to be something genuine, like from childhood. Like I don't believe in like I don't know.
My friends, like my female friends, embrace my wife. They would hang out without
Yeah,
me.
see, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
it has to
Yeah,
come
you
together.
know
Yeah,
it's
it has to be all
legit.
together. Yeah. It
Yeah.
can't be like, all right, babe, I'm about to go hang with Allison. We're going to the movies or going out.
Right.
No,
Like-
y'all can't do stuff together, and she can't have a relationship with your wife as well.
Exactly.
Then
Every single one of my homegirls would be like, "Yo, you and your wife want to come?"
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
every single one of
Yeah.
them.
same thing.
Okay.
So
But you
just
don't know.
just include, yeah.
Right.
Now if they don't include, they're plotting.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, if they're trying to do stuff with just you and not all together, then that's a red flag.
Oh,
child.
wow.
Because
That
girls
answers
will do
that.
that. Girls will do that.
Wow.
Yeah, sometimes girls will lie just to get to you.
Wow.
Say he did something he really didn't.
So what about online dating? I'll let him go first.
I hate it.
So you don't like
You talking about
that?
social media?
Right. I mean, if you had to date today.
Or you talking about like dating sites?
Yeah.
Right, dating sites,
Yeah.
online dating.
I'll be honest with you. There's a lot of catfishes out here. Like y'all not legit like Neve and them catfish. I'm talking about like those not how you really look without that Photoshop. Like I'll be real with you.
Yes.
The filters, those are lies. There's a lot of lies out here, and I'm gonna throw it out there.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It's really wild out here. Ain't gonna lie, dudes be hat fishing. Chicks be fat fishing. It's all.
So y'all got some catfishes.
show the
before?
boobs and just the face. Like we know your
all the
tricks.
time. All the time. Yeah, girls are good with the angles.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't have a problem with online dating. Obviously, you know, the truth will come to light eventually. So like,
Okay.
I'm not about to send you money. I'm not about to fall in love with you over the phone. Like, we're gonna meet up soon.
Okay.
If we don't meet up like soon, like I'm just gonna stop talking to you. But you know, I don't mind online dating. I've met a couple girls on Tinder or you know, or like various dating sites, like not dating sites, but like the little apps and shit. So
Yeah.
I mean, I've met some girls, met up with them, you know, went out to eat, you know, just chit chat for a little bit. I mean, none of it has went anywhere, so I don't have like a love story from Tinder or nothing. But I mean, I'm not opposed to it,
Yeah.
but a lot of people be kind of looking down on it, but. And a lot of girls are on it, but try to act like they're not, and like I'm not really on here like that. You're lying. You're on here. You're on here. You're on here a lot, but
Wow.
you know,
Wow.
you just don't respond to anybody. But you're on here.
Right.
But it's I mean it's cool, honestly. Like it's actually interesting to me because a lot of stuff came out while I was in a relationship, and I couldn't really. That's the main reason why I jumped on Tinder, because I heard about it, but. You know,
Yeah.
with me being I was in a relationship since 2012, so it's like
Yeah.
that was kind of cool. Like just kind of like being able to just match with people in whatever area I was in. Even when I went out of town, went to
Yeah.
Miami, went to Charlotte, like New York,
I'll
whatever.
be honest, that's the only time I ever used Tinder. Like if I'm out the state and I'm just like, I need to find out where everybody at.
Yeah.
I'll literally match with them, ask them questions. I'll be cool. If they want to meet up, that's cool. But usually I'm not looking to meet up.
But I mean, it's okay. I'm not looking to find a wife on there. A lot of girls are looking to find a husband on there, which is sad. But I mean,
Yeah, that's definitely things.
Yeah, I'm like,
Maybe y'all need to get a group, like a women together who really do like really want to find a relationship. We
Yeah,
find our
yeah.
homeboys who really look for a relationship. Like,
yeah.
because like apparently we're not finding these girls.
The single of men and women.
Yeah.
It's a creation that I was gonna present to my partners,
Right.
so we could get it together.
I told you when the lady I seen her at the post office,
Mm-hmm.
and she was saying how she started and nobody showed up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
So they're gonna do it over at Decorum's little art gallery over here
Wow.
by the Kroger. So yeah, we definitely want to do that.
Yeah, we'll
and
do
one of
that.
my friends, she needs. Well, I'm not saying like she doesn't need a husband because she needs a husband, but I feel like she's a very balanced woman. She's very feminine yet very masculine because of her business, you know.
What's
I
her business?
understand that.
She's a hairstylist, but she does like forex and stuff. And she has like employees under her, so she's really dope. And I'm just like, why are you single? you know, and she's on
What's
these
her
apps.
answer?
Huh?
What's her answer when you ask her that?
I mean, she's dating people, but it's just like one guy lied about his kids. He had like 5 kids, and he only told her about 2.
That's crazy.
And he's like,
Sounds about right. You gotta cut it in half. If you say no.
you know, just crazy stuff. So she's meeting people and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's not.
How old is she?
30 now.
Okay.
So she,
Not
like a lot of times, like
early.
the medical person I was talking to, like from what it sounded out, it just sounded like she couldn't find anybody smart enough. Like that can also be a thing too. Like if you feel like you have to kind of bring your conversation down. Like I honestly, I find myself having to do that. Like, I have to like kind of dumb down my conversations a little bit,
Wow.
and that kind of sucks.
Wow.
Yeah, like for instance, I'll be watching CNN and be like, "Yo, I don't know, the Saudi Arabian bombing just happened, so that's gonna cut into gas prices and blah blah blah," and then she'd be like, "I don't get it." Like it'd be like, you know, like I'm like, ah, fuck, all right, well, gas prices about to go up. Like,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is
So if y'all want to do that,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'm having a
My
party.
schedule's good.
I'm having a party next month too. Like
for my
a.
birthday.
Oh really?
Mhm.
We could.
I wanted
probably
to do a
have some
party
kids.
in here, but I want to
Yeah.
go out too.
Yeah, I was probably gonna rent like an Airbnb and like just kind of have like a social mixer where
Okay.
people can kind of just come, you know, exchange like, you know, their business ideas, stuff like that, play some drinking games, stuff like that, and just kind of have just like a cool little meet and greet for people. I want to invite like a variety of people, not like a bunch of friends from college, like a couple people that I've met, you know, here and there, you know, and just kind of just get everybody
That's a
together.
good idea.
Like the girl in the fitness room earlier. Well, not she's not in there now. This was like hours ago. But you know, I invited her. But yeah, just I think it'd be pretty cool.
yeah, that's a really good idea, actually.
So, what time? I think we're done.